All right, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. NEFL, week 2 of the podcast, season 5, I think we're going to label it. Your host, Lambo Tambo, joined by Jay fucking Charles. How you doing, buddy?
Living the dream.
Coming off a big win this weekend, huh?
Yep, ST got another one. Someone keeps letting us win.
You guys still party it up when you guys win, or is it just, another day?
I'll plead the fifth there.
That's fair. Does it bum you out knowing that if Nasty Boys were there, you weren't going to win? Or?
Absolutely, but anytime Steve Tambo isn't at a tournament, I know it's a guaranteed win for ST.
That's good. Fun fact, I am 4-2 against you in the last 6 tournament games. No big deal. No big deal. All right, we're moving on.
You guys did have that Atlanta Falcons absolute disaster of a blown lead, but
hey, that'll happen. I mean, it happens.
Got blown out in the chip, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. all for nothing.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a few things to talk about today. I think what we're going to dive into is the conferences and the divisions, which are going to hold a little more importance, I think, in my opinion, this season than they have in any other season. We're going to get into the start date for the schedule, field location, and primarily how play-in and playoffs are going to break down. So, Connor's here today, filling in, doing the podcast role. He's going to go into the NEFL Facebook right now, right? That's the plan. We're going to throw up a poll here. We want everybody's opinion on what's the toughest division on paper right now. Obviously, we've had a couple preseason games, but we know how that is. So on paper, which is really all we have to go by, I would like to try to vote honestly here. Let's not find our division, just vote on that as some weird flex. Let's and I don't think many people would do that anyways. Everybody's pretty fair in this league, in my opinion. So vote on, and let me ask Jay. Jay, looking at it right away, what division do you think is the toughest division out of the gate?
At some time playing in Bedford, I know teams always mix up there and everything. Guys play you play on 6 different teams on Wednesday night. So I know a lot of those guys probably got a lot of chemistry together. So a lot of young guys there, best buds. I mean, Dimes is up and coming as a quarterback. They got a defensive leader at Lazoo. Certified Kings, I think, is going to be pretty good. You got Curtis, it's a good weapon at quarterback. And City Boys, another tough team. I think they're going to be tough to beat. I think the question marks in that are the Screaming Eagles and the Biscuits. Who do the Biscuits have at quarterback?
I'll look it up right now. Do you know what pick they had, by any chance?
Is it 11?
Boston, that is correct. Sean Fitzgerald, Shane Boss, Dirty Mo, Louis. So
That'll be physical. Though.
We talked about that team. That's a big team.
Yeah.
Is Sean throwing?
I'd assume so.
Who are their
I think they're
captains?
lacking some speed. They got Haverty and Sean Brennan as their captains. They're lacking some speed, but they'll be physical.
Yeah, not a team to that's a lot of height on the team.
Yeah.
And Luis Ruiz, not much height, a lot of fight in that guy. Very strong for his size. Can play finesse. He can play strength. He can play physical. Good teammate too. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that team comes together. Sorry, I hate the team jerseys.
Yeah.
Sorry, Haverty. Top 3 worst jerseys this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think Southwest, they could be pretty solid. I mean, like I said, I think they're well balanced. I think we'll go over the elephant in the room. What do you think's the easiest division?
The easiest division?
I mean, it's the one that I'm in.
Coincidentally, somehow, Jay Charles is in my opinion, the easiest division again.
I told you tell Joey he has good hair, and that'll get you pretty much anything you need in the league. So
I have a man of honor. I cannot lie. So
yeah, I mean, I look in the mirror every day and tell myself I have good hair too. So it's pretty easy to lie to Joey about it.
And initially, that looks like the easiest division to me. I'm not trying to take anything away from those teams. And again, it could pan out. That could be the best division of the season. It's very difficult to tell. But just as far as talent-wise, question-wise, there's a lot of unanswered questions for some of these teams.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, teams with chemistry, and quite frankly, a lot of people will question your draft decisions.
Yeah.
A lot of criticism last season, which you obviously buried and laid to rest by winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
So again, on paper, sometimes. What was the miracle quote from the movie? It's not about the best players; it's about the right players. Right. To me, you got lucky again.
Yeah, some call it luck, some call it skill. I definitely knew that we were going to be placed in that division, so it's how the cookie crumbled. But no, I mean, I think it comes down to obviously. One of the ways that I rank a team straight off the paper is quarterback. Obviously, we've shown in this league you need to have a good quarterback to lead the way. But then, like you said, other things too, question marks. I mean, even like Toxic Kings, they have a good quarterback in Arthur, but how's he going to do transitioning to the league? Do they pick up a few early losses that lands them in the play-in, stuff like that? So, and then,
Yeah.
I mean, we got the Northeast Division, which I think there's some solid teams in there as well. Tropic Thunder, I think they have a big question mark at quarterback.
Naturally,
Right.
will he get along with his number 1 receiver,
Yeah.
Tyler Amigo?
Yeah. Right. Right. You'll have go-kart on the sideline, keeping the water bottles cold. So.
No, I mean he checks in there. Greek gods, Jacob Lapointe. Regardless of the team he ever has, they're in it.
Yep.
They're usually a very good team. They work together.
Yep. I think Jacob does a good job of putting guys in the right spots too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think sometimes you can draft a team of athletes and you put them in a certain position to succeed. I think Jacob does a good job of that.
He has a formula for that league.
Yeah, and he's a pretty solid linebacker himself. So
yeah, no, he can play defense. That helps.
Definitely helps out. He's a good flag puller and he's physical. He moves around, so definitely helps. He's not a flop on defense like Tropic Thunder's quarterback.
Facts. Guy does not belong on the defensive side of the ball ever.
Well, I heard there was a lot of speculation that he had a career-ending injury at the draft there. That was we never went into that last week. Can we,
you-
I know we're on divisions here, but I want to get into that a little bit. Just we'll cut into that for a minute here and just talk about how that plan was formulated and how Carter was given the news and everything. I mean, we saw the end part of it, or the aftermath of Carter's breakdown at Kings, and looked like he just lost his best friend. But
No, I mean it's some of the beef, I guess, if you want to call it, that Carter and I have had is public knowledge to everybody. But it is what it is. But he oddly called me while I was playing, and I'm like, oh man, he had to draft me, and I'm like, that's the only reason he's calling me. I didn't answer, and then he texted me, "Are you mad that I picked you?" So when we got out of our tournament, we're back at the place. I'm trying to convince Kenny Wheels. I'm like, yo, go on the thing and say I went down. Tell me to heal up. Sucks seeing somebody go, like, do something. No, I can't. He goes,
got Tang to do. You know Tang would do it.
Tang was walking in as we were talking about it, and Tang goes, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And, oh, yeah, right away. And then I'm getting videos of Carter, like, laying back, like, just going, oh, no, just freaking out. And I guess Adam told him the truth pretty quick, because Adam didn't want him to start drafting based on finding out that I got hurt. But yeah, it was just kind of us messing with Carter, and ended up being pretty funny.
Fun.
Yeah. Which you can't. There's no beginning of any season that beat the NEFL right now. Like, this is the greatest beginning of every season. The big draft.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's amazing.
Yep. I think part of what makes the draft league so great is, I mean, you know how it is. Like, it's great to compete against Nasty Boys. I'm sure it's great for you to compete against ST and Cash Out and all these other teams, but it does get a little old after a while. You're playing the same teams every tournament, every week, and then it's, you might have a guy on your roster that in a Worlds tournament or a travel tournament, like, you get to use him a certain way, and no one knows who the hell he is. But around here, it's like everyone knows what that guy's going to do. Everyone knows what play you're going to try to run, and it's, at times you got to really get creative, but I think that's what makes the draft league fun for me is, and also you're not building those rivalries where there are some times where you start playing a team and you're like, I really fucking hate this guy.
Yeah.
And so when you're playing these guys every week in the draft league, I think a big thing is that it's a fun league, but it's also competitive. But like, oh, I could end up on this person's team next year, and you don't get those rivalries where you play someone 3 times in a row and you really start hating them and everything. So I think that adds to the fun of it every year. You get to play with new people, it's new teams, and you can do a lot of different things every year. It's not the same repetitive things. I mean, you know how it is. You probably have the same 5 or 6 plays that you use all the time in 5-man. It's the same for us. Like, you use repetitive plays, but obviously you can't do that when you keep playing the same teams over and over again. But I definitely like the style, and like you said, I think it's beginning of the season is definitely the funnest. You have the draft and everything. You have everyone talking about the teams, and then you come out week 1, and the best team that everyone talked about on paper gets slapped by 40 points.
Yeah, it's definitely fun, and playing the same team sometimes in tournaments, it does get stale. I get what you're saying. I think it does. You hear iron sharpens iron. I do believe it brings the best out of. We could play each other 10 times. At that point in time, we got to figure out how else to beat each other, because we're also going to figure out how to defend what we just did. And
right.
But yes, this brings a whole different aspect to it, and I do think it sharpens our game. And another, you're learning how to play with new players, or players you've never played before. Figuring out new concepts, and you're playing with other guys who are going to teach you those concepts. So yeah, it's honestly, it's a fun, amazing. It's a whole big thing. I really do like it.
The thing that I really liked last year with Only Flags was I took some young guys, a lot of rookies last year, and some young guys that I've seen play on other teams, high effort guys and everything. But when you play with the guys that you normally play with, you now have like an expectation for them. But when you play with new guys, especially guys that you're teaching certain concepts to and everything, and you see it start to work out and you see their game elevate, like, it's a great feeling. It's a great seeing them succeed. I had a lot of fun with that last year. Just seeing guys, like, really from beginning of the season to the end of the season elevate their game and really start clicking in the concepts and everything that we were putting in and starting to run. So that's another big part of it for me that I really enjoyed, that I haven't got to do in a while, is just playing with new talent, teaching them some new things, and seeing their game grow.
Yeah, absolutely. So, not to get too off, but we'll get back to the divisions. But I definitely agree with everything you said. What are you doing here? You're getting a lot of feedback. Whatever you're doing. What do you mean you don't know? Just reverse what you did. Okay. What was that?
My charger.
What?
Yeah.
Was your laptop dying? Huh?
I think it's just one of the headsets. Laptop's fine.
What?
Relax. Just keep going.
Relax. I can't relax when I can't hear myself. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a Shemp over here.
Steve loves to hear himself.
No, I don't. I do listen to the show.
I already had to apologize to the chat because I did something where audio was cut out, and I do apologize for that. I'm hoping I have it fixed.
Audio was cut out. How long? Have we been talking for nothing?
No, you haven't been talking for nothing. It was a short, just which division's the best, and when I put up the image, that's when it cut out. I blame Ben because he left me stranded.
Don't blame Ben. You see that eye?
Connor's not.
See what he
getting
did
paid this
earlier?
week.
He's gonna learn.
He's not getting paid this week.
Jesus.
Wait,
We're breaking
wait,
another finger.
Wait, you guys get paid?
Let's start
No,
controversy.
we don't. Okay, that's a whole nother thing. Anyways, all right, back to the divisions. Yeah, I mean, in our Division 2, it's Touchdown Mafia, which Nuge is probably going to throw. I don't see why he wouldn't. Very solid team there as well.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a heat check. Obviously, I think is the big standout in that division.
Yep.
But I think a lot of the other teams are very solid, and there's going to be no easy games in that division. I think.
No limit.
Well, I'll tell you right now, buddy boy. I gotta scroll through
Yeah,
24.
it's tough. Joey's got all these fucking teams in it. We got 24 teams, and you're trying to remember everybody. I blame Joey.
No limit. That's JJ's team and the.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
Devin, JJ,
yeah.
Rod
I just want to
Talent
make sure.
2.0.
Yeah, which again, another solid team, top to bottom. I mean, I think Jonathan Anderson's huge steal.
Yep.
In the 5th round there. They got all their lives covered with Brian Michaels. Sweet pick there. And I mean, he can get a jump ball. Danny last season and him, or the drip check season. I mean,
Yeah,
it was unreal. So a good team there. Yeah. No walkovers in that right off the bat. I mean, again, you never know how it's going to pan out.
And Free Smoke is Elijah and Ant. They picked up Hamilton in the 1st round. Who did they get for a quarterback? Did they get?
Where was Hamilton?
Is it them that got Jay Townsend?
Probably
I think they
Trying
were
to find
12, maybe.
12. I was way
12
off.
pick. They got Hamilton.
At 12.
Might have been.
Yeah, Free Smoke. Hamilton at 12. Lionel Jones. Jay Townsend.
Okay. Yeah.
Darnell Hennessy.
Yeah.
Anthony Finn.
Yeah. So
So-
another solid roster. I mean,
Good team. I mean, David Hamilton, this is one of those. Honestly, I think this is his best format. I've watched him play in a lot of formats. And obviously, he's a good player. He's played with ST before at
Yep.
Worlds. He's traveled. He plays with shotgunners primarily. And I believe I believe he got MVP in Blitz this season, and deserved too. But I do really think this is his best style. I think he flies around there. He's very good, physical, smart. Some people thought that was a reach at 12. I don't think so.
yeah. No, I mean, I think he's definitely a great receiver. He is, like you said, he's physical. He runs good routes, and he's very coachable. And if he feels like he ran something wrong or whatever, he'll come back. Hey, how do you want me to run this? Do you want me to cut it short? Whatever. So he's definitely a hard worker. He knows football pretty well. He's got good hands too.
Oh, for sure.
Pretty solid hands. But yeah, I mean, I think any type of he's been playing semi-pro the last few years with the Eagles, and so he loves the contact. He loves being able to stiff arm. That's a big thing for him and Flag. But yeah, I mean, I think they'll have a solid team too. So I'm excited. I think goes back to what you said at the beginning, that I think this year the divisions are overall like really well balanced. You got 2 or 3 teams that you could see being the top team. You got another solid team or 2 in there, and then you have teams that might be at the bottom, but you never know how things play out if they start to click really well and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, City Boy is a very good example of that. With your boy there throwing for them. If let's say he can be a formidable quarterback there, that's a really good team.
Right.
If it doesn't pan out at all, that could be a really bad team.
Right.
Unfortunately, so there's a lot of question marks that could really jump some teams up.
Yeah.
which is one of the beauties of this league, to be honest.
Yep. I think another example of that's Carnivores. I think they have a pretty decent roster, but you have the question mark of Lamar throwing.
But Lamar's
And-
never really gotten a full season. I
Right.
think
No,
if you-
that's
if
what
you
I mean.
give
Though,
him- right.
if he does good, then they could be a good team. If
Yep.
not, they could be a bottom team.
Yep.
So it's just another example of that. Just like, I mean, I don't think City Boys will be a bottom team, but I don't think that they're going to be a top team that we're talking if they don't have the quarterback play, which is obvious. So there's a lot of teams that have those one or two players could really make the difference, especially when it comes to the quarterback conversation.
I agree. Especially Tropic Thunder. They're screwed.
Yeah, they are.
All right, what are we looking at for the poll here? What are the fans saying? We got any good comments coming in? I'm sure you're monitoring those while you're screwing up the sound.
No update on the poll. It's on the NFL Sunday Draft League page if you want to go vote.
Nobody's voted?
It's just whoever's the best. I got Northeast, Northwest, Southwest, Southeast.
Not one person has voted?
Not one person has voted. They're all
Well, that-
watching. That's why.
You know, it probably is. It was probably when the sound cut out, so they had no idea that the poll was even there.
No, yeah, it was, but
All right, yeah. So
I apologize again. I do apologize. Carter did say, Steve, you're playing corner. I saw that as a comment.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Right. you got to put your best talent out there.
And
corner.
Bailey Cutter said that free smoke is free dubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember what I said about Bailey Cutter's comments?
No, I forget.
We don't bring him to the show.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't
We
remember
ignore those.
an hour after this.
Just angry face every one of them.
I'll make sure I do that.
All right, so if you didn't catch it during our sound faux pas, please go to the NEFL Facebook page and vote on what division you think is the toughest division. And we'll move on. We'll touch that back at the end of the show. See what everybody thinks. See if everybody agrees with us or disagrees with. Jesus, it disagrees with us. God. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna touch up on the. Yeah, I was getting messages saying nobody could hear me.
I apologize.
Jesus Christ, guys! Hey, I'll reassure you, Ben will be back next week.
I'm telling you, he set me up to fail. He didn't say that if I click on this, the audio's going to cut out, and it cut out, and I didn't realize it, so then I brought it back.
He probably did. You're good. All right. Let me go find the. What date does the schedule start? Do you have that?
It's the 10th, right?
I'm trying to pull that up real quick. I did send it. Connor, you want to pull that up for everybody?
Yeah, the regular season starts on the 10th there.
And the 10th, where are we at today? The 29th. So
It's our last weekend.
2 weekends from now, we start up. Looks like we have 3 fields going at a time, or just 2?
I believe he wanted 3, but now he said 2, so we won't get to watch football at all.
What are we
Thanks,
doing?
Joey?
So that wasn't a joke in the chat about setting TVs up so we can watch some football?
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
Joey said he's going to try to make it work. He's going to go buy every TV they have at Best Buy and set them up at the field.
I do. I wasn't joking. I do have a generator with a bunch of fucking plugs on it. It will run some TVs. We could set it up, which also could be a pretty fun time. But, all right, 9-10, week 1. Do we have any bye weeks? Anything off? You take anything off for his good old boy crew? Or nope, looks like nothing
No.
off. No weeks off.
We'll ask Jacob or Ben if they have any weekends they need off.
That's
We'll
true.
See how it goes from
That's
there.
true. Yeah, no holidays coming up on any Sundays coming up that are gonna affect
We
things.
got is it Indigenous People Day? That's a weekend, right? That's on a Monday, isn't it? But
I think it's on a Monday. Yeah.
Jacob will probably want that one off, so we'll have to talk to Joey.
All right. Any standout games you see week 1 right off the rip?
I don't even have the schedule up.
Oh, okay. I think Heat Check Tropic Thunder is gonna be a good game, in my opinion. I think
Tropic Thunder by 1,000.
no chance. No way we're beating them by 1,000. It's too good. You know, they got how I don't know if they're showing up to scrimmages or practices, what they're figuring out as far as quarterback goes. There could be a little we might have the edge on the quarterback chemistry there right off the rip. I give Carter credit. Carter drafted a very good team, in my opinion. You know, we'll see how it pans out. But obviously, both of us had heat check in our top 3 right off the rip. So to me, that's a good game. He doesn't have times yet for the schedule, so I mean, I hope we start at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I would love that.
It's what, Heat Check, Tropic Thunder. I think you guys are at 2 a.m. that Sunday.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll just have to get up a half hour early. You got the schedule up?
No, I'm trying to pull it up now.
Just trying to see if any games stand out right off the rip, as far as these go.
Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I tried to go to the league website to pull up the schedule, but
It's not update.
no, yeah.
Ben's too busy getting failed Smash tournaments, Smash Bros tournaments.
Oh, shots fired.
Just-
All right,
They're
you
really
got-
good players, okay?
Yeah, well, they had another tournament. They had to cancel it because, unfortunately, they didn't have enough people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They should have a B division. I'll sign up.
Amateur hour.
Only Flags and Carnivores stands out. Carnivores coming in as heavy favorites, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, only Flag's quarterback's a bum, so
Are you going to make that one?
I'll make that one. I just
Just fighting that injury?
found out today I got surgery September 20th.
No way.
Yeah.
You have to get surgery?
I do, yes.
How long are you going to be out for?
So that is the good news. It's going to be laparoscopic, so I will hopefully only miss 2-3 weeks.
Damn,
So
the
whoever
20th?
we-
The 20th you said?
Yeah, so whoever we
so
play
Bo-
those weeks, you guys.
Conveniently, Boom Boom's playing you. Did you
yeah,
tell Joey
figures.
about your surgery?
You know, I don't think we were playing Boom. I think he just finagled that today. I think he updated the schedule.
See, you can't tell Joey.
Yep.
Then Toxic Kings. That's Artie and
Yep.
those guys.
And no fly zone, so Duvall's lucky. I'm not going to be throwing touchdowns over his head.
Yeah, that's easy to do. Anybody can do that.
Yep. Yep. So that is that's a big announcement for me. I'll be out for a few weeks.
Well, that's good for
Hopefully,
you. Well, let's go right into the playoff. This is interesting to me. How they're doing the play-ins. So, I alluded to the divisions being very important. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're versed in this thing, right? So, it seems to me that the top 2 teams in each division are going to avoid the play-in. Which every division has 6. So, the bottom 4 will make the play-in. Which I don't like that.
So we're talking about a 16-team play-in.
Yep. But you only play the teams in your division in the play-in. So if you finish 3rd, you will play 6 in your division, and then you have to play the winner of 4 and 5, and then you move on?
And then you got to play the 2, and then the 2 plays 1,
I
or
don't-
the winner of that game plays 1.
Hold on. He gave me that. I can't even read it. It was, no offense, Bova. Sorry. This was tough.
3 to 6 in each division will be in the play-in. The
Right.
winner moves on to play the 2 seed the next week.
Winner of the 2 seed versus the play-in winner moves on to play the Division 1 seed the same day. So it's almost like a gauntlet style.
So yeah, so you got the play-in where 3 and 6 will play each other, 4 and 5 will play each other.
Correct.
And then the winner of those 2 matchups play each other.
Right.
And then the next week, whoever won the play-in for that division will play the 2 seed, and whoever wins that game plays the 1 seed.
Winner of the 2 seed versus play-in winners move on to play the Division 1 seed the same day.
Yeah. So you have the play-in one weekend, which is potentially 2 games for some of those teams. And then they go to the next weekend, and that's when they have to play the 2 seed who's been waiting for them.
Right.
And then the winner of that game plays the 1 seed who's had a bye through the whole thing.
So this is where I call bullshit and the good old boy crew with fucking Bova and Jacob and all these guys that don't travel. This is their way to stick it to the travel guys. Because they know, all right, they miss a few weeks, they're fucked. They're not winning the number 1 seed.
Yep.
So this is where good old boy crew, Bova and LaPointe, make number 1 seed. Now they're just sitting in the semis, just waiting for everybody to beat each other up to get there.
I think personally that the playoff system should be altered a little bit. I don't think. I mean, you play your division the whole season. You play everyone in your division. So to do a play-in tournament with your division,
Right.
it's kind of stale. I mean, you most likely already played them.
I feel
And
like
now you got to play them a second time.
I feel like it should be you should play like Northwest should play the Northeast seed.
Yeah, it should be
in
like
your
AFC,
conference.
NFC.
Right. Or not even AFC, NFC, but like AFC East should play AFC West type of deal. Like you play in your conference, not your division. Because you've already played everybody in your division a bunch of times.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting way to look at it. It's an interesting style. Without getting a body of work of it. What are you doing? All right, Connor's here, everybody. Ladies, just in case you forgot about him.
It has to do with something with the input to the soundboard. That's all I know. And it's just backfeeding to us. It's not actually going into the...
I didn't ask for an explanation. Just stop doing it.
You got one.
Jesus. All right, if I didn't mention, Ben will be back next week.
I can't wait.
I'm just kidding, Connor.
Yeah, I mean, I know there was
great.
talk before in the captain's chat of potentially just doing the top 3 from both divisions, and that kind of makes it like the AFC NFC playoffs where you got 6 teams, you got top 3 from each division, and then you have the play-in with the bottom 3 from each.
Yeah.
So you'd have 6 teams from both conferences going to the play-in, a 12-team play-in, and I don't know, you go from there. I don't know. I just think the way it's set up right now is a little wonky, so maybe that can be addressed in the long run. But, Joey doesn't like to change things.
Right, right.
So.
Well, this is more set in stone than the 10 Commandments.
Yep.
There's no changing once Bova has his mind up. And who knows? Maybe it could pan out, and we might love it. We might think, oh, this is the greatest playoff system around. Who the fuck knows? But right out of the rip, I'm not liking it. From my understanding, unless I'm understanding it incorrectly, I don't know if I really like it.
Yeah, I just think the diversity of playing a lot of different divisions and stuff like that. I mean, playing a lot of different teams rather than playing the same division, playing those teams twice. I think it adds a little bit more excitement playing other teams, but Joey's our commissioner. We're stuck with him, so hopefully it pans out.
Yeah, I joke and rip on Joey about everything being set in stone. I mean, we play the season out. We see how it ends up. Joey will always make changes to stuff that he feels is best for the league, and I do agree with that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is that
Sure,
buddy? It's backfeed. You got your
Oh,
point?
okay, yeah. I gotcha. That was Connor's fault. We'll blame him.
Just lower your volume.
Yeah.
Just mute it.
All right.
Oh.
The
Fuck.
Oh, you fucked up a bunch of times. Nobody else.
I know. I
All right.
apologize.
We got any
to the viewers.
We got any comments on this division? Fiasco, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Or are we still muted?
No, we're not still muted, but
We just got sound.
I do have people saying that it shouldn't be where you finish. It should be divisions playing each other for play-in tournaments. In the comments,
Like divisions.
like where you place in your division, you should be playing those people in your division,
Well,
not overall.
That is how it is.
Okay,
So,
then I'm misreading whatever I'm reading, or this person's not.
If I
right.
explain this wrong, let's just take the Northwest Division, which we talked a little bit about that today. Let's just say, if from top to bottom on the photo that's given us, Golden Boys and Crazy Work get the 1 and 2. Drip Checks 3rd place, Flip the Birds 4th, Black Mambas 5, Zigzag 6. So Drip Check would play Zigzag, Flip the Bird would play Black Mambas. Let's just say for top to bottom sake, seed sake, Drip Check beats Zigzag, Flip the Bird beats Black Mambas. From my understanding, then Drip Check will play Flip the Bird for the winner of that play-in tournament. Let's say Drip Check wins. Then the following week, Drip Check will play Crazy Work. Winner then plays Golden Boys. So almost like a King of the Hill climb the mountain thing. Unless I'm reading this wrong or seeing this wrong. I could read I can read Joey Bova's word for word if we want me to do that.
That's what I was doing. At one point, I was reading it.
And
So,
did I cut you off?
no, Connor probably messed something up.
Yeah, that's fair.
But- no, I think we got it figured out. I think it's just without a graphic in front of really being able to plug teams in, like a nice interactive thing, which we're not going to have Connor try to do because that'll be a nightmare.
Right.
The audio will cut out.
Yeah, the audio will cut out, the picture will go. We'll be black and white like a 1950 show that Tambo watched as a kid.
Buddy, some of those are the best shows.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
So, mind you, let's say, okay, Golden Boys comes out on top. Now, I'm doing this based on the list of the, in order of whatever. So, Northwest Golden Boys would win, and then they would play Web Warriors in their, basically the
Conference
championship. And then the finals would be between, let's say Golden Boys beat Web Warriors, Touchdown Mafia beats Only Flags, then Golden Boys would play Touchdown Mafia in the finals.
Yeah.
So there's really not much conference switching. There's no
Right. I think there's one game, or no, I don't even know if there's one game
I
because
don't.
I think so. The schedule you play through your division, so that's 5 teams,
Yep.
and then did we
You
figure out?
you got the divisions up? 'Cause
Yeah,
I can pull up the schedule.
I got the divisions.
Let me go get the schedule real
So
quick.
you got your 5 teams within your division that you play.
Yeah, let's look at your division.
So we got the
And
Celtics,
and I'll tell you, your week 1 is
Carnivores.
Carnivores. That's in your division, correct?
Yep.
Supreme
Yep.
in your division. Boom Boom
Division.
in your division. Toxic Kings.
Division.
No Fly Zone.
Division.
Best Buds.
So now we're crossing conferences. Now
Oh.
we're going to the Southwest. That's where Best Buds is.
Okay, so we do get a little.
Who else do we have?
We
on
do
the
get a
schedule?
little. Wait, same conference or different conference?
So they're different conference.
Okay, so then you got Touchdown Mafia, which is different conference,
So
right?
they're no same conference, but separate.
Okay, okay. Golden Boys, that's a different conference, right?
Yep.
And
So it looks like he kind of just mixed it up there because.
flip the bird.
Yep.
Okay, so you get a few out of conference.
Yeah. So you
Okay,
have 3
okay.
out of conference, 1 out of division, and the rest are division games.
Okay, I like that. That
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Nice little mix up.
Yes, because it obviously the division games will hold heavy just like the NFL, but you do get the cross platform in other divisions.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe the climb the ladder scenario for playoffs is just it's not for me. I don't like it, and I'll have to see how it plays out. Initial thoughts, I don't like it.
I mean, it makes it really, really big to get that 1 seed.
It does,
Or even the 2. I mean, even the 2 seed, you have 2 games.
right.
But if you're one of those play-in teams, you have a doubleheader one week, and then you have a doubleheader the next week.
Yep.
To then even just get to the 1 seed, then you beat the 1 seed. Now you're at 4 playoff games. Then you play your 5th playoff game for the conference championship, and then your 6th game for the championship.
Yep.
So it's a hell of a climb. Which, in a way, I kind of like that it's a climb because if you're a bottom seed, it's got to be a climb to get there. But
Right.
compared to the 1 seed, could end up playing 2 games to get to the chip.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean, and it'll hurt you guys. Let's say you guys go 0-3 when you're out. It's hard to not have a starting quarterback, especially to your caliber.
mediocre at best.
Huh?
C minus.
But you're
C
out.
minus caliber.
There's no chance of getting the 1 seed. There's no way.
You don't think so?
There's no way everybody in the division is going to lose 4 games. I just don't see it happening.
I don't know. I don't know if we lose all 3 of those games.
No, I said if. It was
Right.
if.
Right.
So there's almost no wiggle room for
Well, if
tournaments.
there's any division to be in and miss 3 weeks,
No. I still don't think it's that weak of a division. I'm not trying to, We get any votes yet? Can you share it or something? What are we doing?
Carter voted 5 times for us.
It's on the Facebook page for the NFL.
So there's
Sunday
no
draft.
votes. You can hit refresh.
We did get
No,
some
I didn't
votes
hit
that
refresh.
I saw.
Let me check.
So right now it looks like Northwest has 3 votes.
Yeah.
The Northeast has 3 votes.
Okay.
The Southeast has. Oh, I just accidentally voted. The Southeast has 1 vote,
Okay.
and the Southwest has.
Thanks,
0.
Booten.
So we have a total of 8 votes.
Okay, 3-3-1-1.
Yeah, so a lot of our viewers
Is it-
are lazy as fuck.
Is your volume still on?
You know, Connor,
Buddy,
figure it out. I had it
I
muted,
can't
but then
control
I
this
exited
phone.
out of it and I went back into it. So it's. Hey, we're new to this.
Okay, I got a somewhat of a system that's working, so
Okay.
it's
All
fine.
right. Any comments? Any people chiming in on this?
A lot of people just say it's the way they see it right now. You just have to prove that you're the best in your division if you want those 1 and 2 seeds, and that's really what people are talking about in the chat right now. Is if you want those buys, prove that you're the best.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that by beating your division the whole year.
Yeah.
You could go 5-0 in your division and then lose your 3 out of conference games, and now you got the gauntlet, and it's,
I know.
you know.
I think it'll be weird to see how he weighs your conference and your division games, essentially, you know? Whether it be, you know, quote unquote, let's say you beat somebody in your conference by XYZ touchdowns, doesn't matter. Is that win value?
Well,
at
I'm sure
2
it'll
or
be
1?
so. Say you and I are in the same division. If we're both 5-4 on the year, I'm sure it's going to come down to division record as a tiebreaker,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
from
what-
there it'll probably be like point differential.
Yeah, I wonder what the tiebreakers are. I mean, where it's rated, rating so heavy on divisions, it should be your division record, I think.
Right. That'll definitely be number 1. I think so.
Yeah.
So another tough climb for Only Flags being in that really tough division.
Okay. All right, well, comment if you have anything. We'll move on. I mean, we've kind of covered it. I think we've covered it well. I think we've got a good grasp of it. And my goal is to make sure everybody knows. So there's really no confusion. I know a couple seasons ago there was a little confusion with Junior thinking they had a first round bye, but it really wasn't a bye. And
Oh, so a tough thing that going into this playoff schedule and everything, we have the play-in tourney on the 12th, and then the first official week of playoffs is the 19th of November. Now, for a lot of guys in the area, we have Turkey Bowl.
yep.
There's a lot of Thanksgiving tournaments, and we've seen in the past that there isn't much flexibility in scheduling, so that could pose a problem to a lot of teams. Having playoffs on that Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend, and
We should just tell him Mike Howe has a wiffle ball tournament. He'll do it then.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Cheeks
mean,
can't make it, so we got to move to the championship game.
yeah. Conference championships 11/26. Yeah, I mean, let's just hope Mass Flag does it on a Saturday. You know?
I think they'll do it on Sunday. But Joey will say his schedule is out first, so.
I know. I know, and he's not wrong.
No, and you can't-
I rip on him, but it's like it is tough. Like,
Right.
what we just supposed to assume? So he comes out with the schedule, and then it's at that point in time, it's like, well, it's going to be harder to move it than anything, and
I think a big thing too that, I mean, it's easy to sit back and, as we've said earlier in the show, it's easy to sit back and say, oh, this is how it should be run, this is how we should do it. But when you have that much shit going on and you're trying to plan a league with 24 teams, it's a lot harder.
oh yeah,
It's a lot harder said than done. I just think a big thing that could potentially make it even better is you have to realize that a big part of your league is, I mean, it's predominantly guys that play on other teams and other tournaments and stuff like that. So if it's a big tournament where you're going to be missing a lot of guys, I think there should be some flexibility. But if it's one team, like ST is traveling or Nasty Boys is traveling, and there's going to be a few guys from the league missing, obviously you're not going to bend for that.
right.
If you're going to have 25, 30 people of the league missing, I mean, that's what? 1/8 of the league, 1/7 of the league, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
You got to be able to be flexible there, but
Yeah, I mean, and I've always been vocal about the travel tournaments. Like, yeah, no, it's traveling, and you know that it's not for everybody.
Right.
So I'm not asking the masses to appease my little thing that doesn't really affect the mass. group of guys. But like the Turkey Bowl around here has always been a huge thing.
Right.
And that's something I really enjoy doing, and so many people do, and that's very tough at that point in time to make that decision. And it's a tradition for some of the teams, and we always do it every year. So I think there could be a fine line with, okay, well, yeah, for the Turkey Bowl and we do never cross really with Worlds, maybe Nationals. Maybe Nationals he should make the exception for. Find out when National is because that's always launched at the beginning of the year. Don't
Right.
do it that week because there are a lot of people that want to go to Nationals.
Right.
But like the local Turkey Bowl, big stuff like that, maybe make exceptions for those rules. As far as anything else with the travel circuit, no.
Right. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think Nationals last year, and I believe every year it's the same weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend.
May 13th or something, yeah.
Well, it was Memorial Day weekend this past
May
one.
31st.
And that was a big one for people because it's also a big holiday weekend where people travel and.
Yeah.
But, we got through it. So it is what it is. Just roll with the punches.
Yeah,
Make games when you can, and I think there can be a middle ground.
Yeah, I agree.
But
And I think that'll help. There's a lot of people coming into the league. A lot of people over the past few seasons have helped this league grow.
right.
I think there should be a little give and take there.
Yep.
That way, everybody wants to be able to do both.
Right.
There's no not want, and that will help the league grow because if it came down to it, and I had to pick, right now the travel thing's, more important to me. But I want this league to grow. I want this league to take over. So I'd like to be a part of both.
So you have the division list. We're gonna stir up some controversy here.
Okay.
I want you to go through each division and just on paper, right now, pick who you think the best team in the division is and the worst team in the division.
Why are you putting me on the spot?
I mean, I'll go through. I'll give you my answers as well, but
Nah. What we want to attack Northwest right now?
yeah, we'll start with them.
I think Flip the Bird is the best one in that division right now.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I think solid roster, solid quarterback. So I got them as the top in that division. Who you got at the bottom there?
Talent wise, Zigzag. I got Zigzag at the bottom right now.
Yep.
Black Mamba's still a big question mark to me.
Yep.
Kenny Wheel said he's the starting running back, and they're just going to run the whole time. So I'm not sure that's going to work out. So if that's the case, then they might be at the bottom, but I don't think that's the case. I can't take anything he says seriously.
If I have Joe Harris on my team and I'm starting anyone else at running back,
That's what I said. I'm sure you could block too.
oh yeah,
But yeah, that's who I have right now. I Flip the Bird and sorry Zigzag, but I have you guys at the bottom right now.
yeah. And I think as we've said before, I think Burns really has to step up this year. It's a make or break year. He's got the guys that he has chemistry with, so gotta
Yeah.
get it done.
Yeah, if he's able to make it happen, then what we all think is true is he is a good quarterback. It's just tough sometimes. But if he can't make it happen here, maybe it's just not his format, unfortunately.
Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
All right, which one do you want to do next?
Southwest.
Southwest. So this one's a tough one. Who's Certified Kings?
That is Curtis, Austin Williams, Phoenix Keith.
Okay. Certified Kings is that's what I thought they were. That's my front runner for that one. There's a lot of questions on a lot of these teams.
Who's throwing for Web Warriors?
I don't know. I'm not part of Web Warriors.
Let's go wake Adam up and see.
Well, Adam.
Well, I was gonna say I think it's either Adam or it's Omar that's throwing for Web Warriors.
Okay.
You don't want an Omar. He's a good quarterback. If it's Adam, Web Warriors are the worst team there. Sorry, buddy. You're
I think
just not there yet.
Man, I like the leaders on both sides of Best Buds. I like that you got Dimes at quarterback, and I like you got Lazo on defense. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go Certified Kings. It's the favorite in that division right now. Although I really think it's gonna be City Boys, but I think Certified has less question marks. Bottom team in that division, I think, is going to be the Biscuits.
You going Boston Biscuits?
No, I'm going Eagles. Screaming Eagles at the bottom.
I want to say City Boys just to rip on Yogi. I really do. But no, I'd Screaming Eagles with City Boys close second.
Okay.
So, sorry, Greg.
Northeast division.
Northeast, heat check, top. How do you? I don't know. How do you not pick that team as the front runner?
Yep.
I'm gonna go Greek Gods as the bottom.
You think so?
That's what I'm gonna go with right now. A lot of question marks in his draft. I think that defense is gonna have a very difficult time. But again, like I said, he's one of the best drafters. He has a plan.
Yep.
And he does seem to prove me wrong. But that,
I think,
looking at it, that's what I'm going with.
in terms of powerhouse, Northwest is the best division, but I think Northeast has the most balance of teams. Looking over it now and like really looking at the division, I think it's hard to pick a clear-cut, like, bad
Right.
bottom two teams.
Right. I don't know if there's a bad team there.
Yeah, I think they're a lot closer. I think I'm gonna go Free Smoke as the worst team in that division, and I think Keycheck is the favorite right now.
Where's Free Smoke? David Hamilton, Jay Townsend. Yeah, you might be right. Actually, it's gonna be a rough start for them
They're gonna have good flag pullers
for sure.
with Ant, Elijah, and Lionel. You already got
Darnell.
Yep, you got 3 good flag pullers, 4 good flag pullers. I know Hamilton. He can get busy on defense too, but
Yeah, I think
I got either them or No Limit as the bottom team in that division. No Limit is Devin, JJ.
I think I think No Limit's going to impress a lot of people this season. I think they got the right players, right place, a lot of talent spread out, and they got a quarterback, a backup quarterback. It's and JJ does seem to get hurt a lot, which I always feel bad.
Is it injury or is it
No, it's injury.
not wanting to play?
No.
Because I know there was one time someone said he was injured, he couldn't play, he missed like NEFL games, but he played 2 tournaments in a row, but he wasn't going to NEFL. So
From my understanding and what I know, no, it's never been that way. I could be wrong. I don't take JJ as the type to really quit on a team like that, but
now we got Southeast Division.
all right. Let me
Be
open
careful,
it
I
up.
got to walk by your car when I leave. So
You don't even know which one's mine.
you drive a truck.
Which one?
I don't know.
Don't do
They're
my
not
neighbors.
my tires. So.
Don't do my neighbors. He actually is somebody.
It's a Honda Civic.
Yeah. Tambo drives a Prius.
You wish. Honestly, I actually really like No Fly Zone.
Yep.
I think getting Jimmy where they did is a steal in the fucking draft. Now, if he's able to show up and throw the ball, which is all you need him to do, that team is a good team to throw to.
Yep.
Where
They got Duval. They got Walter.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Who
find.
did they get in their top round?
What pick were they?
Were they 20 something? No Fly Zone.
No Fly Zone was 20. They got Jose Lazo Jr. You got Jay Burrs, who's not really an offensive guy at times. He can be. You got Martell, Travis, Joe, Edwin, both good guys to throw to. I mean, if those are your 4th and 5th options on offense, that's good. You got Martell to throw in there. You and this freaking mic, dude. I love throwing. I mean, I haven't had too many reps with Lazo. I love playing with him. Then to throw Duval and Walter in there. I mean, you have speed, you have size, you have everything that Jimmy needs to succeed here. And I think this would be honestly Jimmy's best team playing here, and
He's had some good Badgers teams
no, for
in
sure,
terms of
for sure.
different weapons too. But to me, I think, I don't know. I like the team, I do, but I think that I guess you get 3 good defenders at least off the rip with Duval, Lazu Jr., and Burris.
Walter can play defense too.
Yeah.
Walter's
Yeah,
a good flag grabber. That guy gets picks. He's big and he reads the plays. I mean, the guy's a bonehead, but I'm just kidding, Walter. Don't beat me up. No, but he's solid, like in a lot of places. I really like no fly zone right out of the rip. I'm sticking with it on that division.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, I'm going to take only flags. I think the only team that really would have a shot to beat us in a playoff game would be no fly zone. You got to have a quarterback that can play against a defense that's going to change up and do a lot of different things. I think they also have the roster behind it. Toxic Kings, obviously they have Artie, but I don't think they're going to be able to run a good enough defense to stop me offensively. I'm taking only flags as the top team in that division. Bottom, probably Carnivores. Yeah, I'll say Carnivores.
Yeah, I got Carnivores too. I mean, I like their roster. Very question at quarterback. You know, hopefully Lamar. Sorry, hopefully Lamar. Yeah, Lamar Jacobs. Hopefully he gets his full season under his belt. And he's a big dude too. You think sometimes maybe running the ball might help with him, but I'm not really sure. But he'll get his first full season, and rightfully so. And Booton really, is in the chat, really coming up with strategic ways to win games. And I hear he's a good captain behind the scenes. He might be a goof sometimes, in other chats and on the field, but I heard he's a real good captain. But we got any comments? Anybody agreeing, disagreeing, anything? You want to bring to the table? I don't know what you're doing over there.
I was just letting you guys talk. Don't worry. So I did have Danny Cruz confirm that Omar is throwing for Web Warriors. And then Chris Burns, I believe, is practicing his Mandarin because he did respond in Chinese.
Love that.
Chris is the man.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him. I mean, I've seen Chris play well in other formats and everything, and so I think it's a big year for him.
Right on.
A lot of prove-it years for quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, I kind of agree. But we play all the time and every year. If you can't prove it now, just prove it later.
Yeah, no, if this is it. If you don't get it this year, you're never allowed to play in the league again. You'll never get another contract. You're going to be rusher for the rest of your life. Right, Connor?
I play corner sometimes.
No, shut up. No, you don't.
I did against Flip the Bird.
All right. Did you get that picture I sent you? You want to throw it up?
Which one?
The field?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
We're going to lose audio now.
Yeah. Gonna lose the whole show. Oh, shoot. I just lost it, too. What? They got a name for this field?
It's Bicentennial.
The Bicentennial Field?
Get the picture here.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have them throw up. The one you sent me. Good news is the girls league's playing on over there, so we got other, probably a lot of people there. Big event.
Looks like it's a good complex for families and stuff too. A lot of open fields. You got tennis courts. There's fences around them, so you just throw the kids in there, lock up the gate, leave them in there while you play.
I'd just leave them in the car.
Don't crack the window either.
Dude, what did you do to this mic? Jesus.
I didn't do a thing.
Ben's gone 1 week and the show's gone to shit. You got that photo up yet for everybody?
Yeah, so the field's up there with the information and everything.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like a great place. Good. Big field too.
I also have Levy saying that Supreme's going to be the bottom seed of those guys.
Yeah, as long as he knows.
He's funny. All right. Anybody got any comments before we wrap up the show? I think we covered everything we wanted to.
Yeah, not a lot of good stuff, a lot of juicy content to cover this week. But like next week, I'm sure we'll have some predictions.
You want to do predictions?
Yeah, you know.
Do you?
I really want to get people going. That's my goal.
I don't.
90% of the time.
I don't want to get anybody going.
I want to get people pissed off.
I need to
wanna
be
have people
healthy.
Inboxing me that they're upset that I picked them to lose and they're gonna show me and all that. So, you know, that's the whole fun of it.
I don't need anybody taking me out on the field. I know Carter doesn't have my back, so.
Well, Carter tried to kill you last season.
No kidding. Unreal. I don't know how I survived.
The craziest thing is he switched to metal cleats, drop kicked you, and then switched back to the rubber before
I know.
anyone could see
All in film too, and he denied it. It was unreal.
Yep.
What a pal.
And then he drafts you this year. That's the great thing about the draft league, you know?
Yeah. You never know.
Attempted murder one season. And
Best friends the next.
yeah, starting quarterback the next season.
I can't wait to throw Tyler Amigo 200 fucking passes this season.
Yeah, poor Adam. Kid's gonna hate the league after this year.
He's going to be so bored.
He's got the Antonio Brown treatment, 175 targets a session, and now he's gonna go to Tampa Bay and quit midway.
He's got CTE already from all the
Yeah.
beatings he took.
Well, yeah, every time he dropped a pass, Steve took frickin' tick marks, and when he got home,
Buddy,
got picked for it.
he like led the league in drop passes. He killed me that
Well, I
season.
mean, and you're throwing him all over the place and making him tough catches for him.
There's no tough catches. I mean, hey, we'll see how Adam flourishes under another quarterback. Should be interesting. I mean,
Steve loves it. He's like, he's gonna come crying back to me.
oh, buddy, he always does. You have no idea. I'll let the kid live. That's how he gets better and appreciates me more.
Yeah. You live and learn in life, right?
I guess so. Are we waiting on you for something? Oh, I thought we were waiting on you for something.
I'm just ready.
All right, yeah, we might do predictions. We might do something. Let's have some fun with it. I do want to do. I kind of want to do like a maybe top 5 plays of the week. So you have a play that you think should be maybe top 5. Send it to me via Facebook, something like that.
They'll get
And-
a competent producer to actually put it up there.
Yeah. It won't cut out the sound of the show or make you lose power or whatever. But yeah, I'd like to do a top 5 plays of the week.
I'd
No.
like to do a bottom 5.
That sounds
What was
like
the
a lot
Sports
of
Center, like not top 10 that they used to do?
Yeah.
fun. Jay Charles once shacking a fool.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't want that. I'm going to be on there.
Come
like,
on,
A
man.
few times this season. I already got a milk carton the other day. I wasn't happy. What is going on here? What did you do?
It's really going to be like 4 plays because Jimmy's going to have a flop every week that's going to make the bottom 5 plays. So it's going to be the 4
Sanford's
plays
gonna beat
and
JaVale
Sanford's
McGee.
flop.
Look at
Like,
him.
it's,
Buddy, you guys don't understand. When you have ankle injuries, Achilles injuries, you lose that balance.
Sanford does kind of fall like Shaq does. Like legs go flying.
You're just watch Marcus Smart flop like highlights.
And yeah. I wish his flops were that athletic.
All right, we got anything to close out the show with? Comments? Anything we want to?
Nope, no new comments.
Nothing.
Nope.
All right, NEFL. We're 2 weeks away. Let's have fun. Let's make it happen. And Tropic Thunder all the way. Good night, Grace.
Good night, guys.